Hello, my lovelies. This is Candy Cyanide. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you're all doing fabulously. First of all, I want to give a shout out and a thank you to all of you, all of my subscribers. We're at 95, which is so incredible to me. With like five away from 100, that's like bananas. So just thank you guys so much for your support and for, I guess, caring about what I have to do and say and show. This is going to be a CyanideFilledLife update video. And for those of you who are kind of new, because I haven't done one of these in I think a few years, this is basically like my vlog type video where I just kind of go over what's been happening with me and within my life. And I haven't done one in a while, not intentionally so. It's just a lot has been happening, and I have actually done like a couple of ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I weirdly get like this random one little patch in my throat that'll just get insanely dry out of nowhere. I don't know what causes that because I do drink water and everything. I pretty much exclusively drink water. So I don't know what that's about. And it's always just one little patch that goes, like I said, extremely dry for no reason. If you know what that might be, let me know in the comments. But yeah, like I said, it hasn't been intentional, and I have done a few of these videos, or I have recorded a few of these, and I just never posted it because I don't know, it just I felt iffy to me, I guess. I really don't know how to describe it. And the other thing is like honestly, my health and depression has just been so bad that it's very hard for me to kind of articulate what I'm going through and find words for it. And I've always been better at expressing myself in writing than in talking. And that's one of the reasons I kind of started my YouTube channel is I kind of wanted to get over that. But first of all, let me apologize for the lack of consistent videos. I have been planning on being consistent, and I even started streaming and I was going to make that consistent, and then of course I got sick the next day. So I do apologize for that. I have been incredibly sick over the past month, just with like a very bad pain attack, and it's been so bad that it's literally had me bedridden. Like I've barely been able to just go downstairs and like fix something to eat or wash dishes or anything. And the last time I forced myself to, I literally wound up like huddled in a ball sobbing because the pain had just got even worse. And it's very weird because it's been very consistent. Like I have severe IBS, like super severe IBS. Also, let me pause and say that these videos I do get very personal about just like health issues and like mental issues and different things like that and just personal things. So if that is not your cup of tea, please click off the video. Feel free to. As always, I appreciate the support, but please take care of yourself and your own mental well-being before anything. So back to this, I have very severe IBS. I've had it since I was 9. And I mean, so severe that like I am lucky if I have one pain-free day out of the year. That's not an exaggeration. And it's also no small amount of pain. And my IBS is so severe that even drinking water will like send me into a pain flare up. I've tried like all the diets and everything, and even if I eat exactly what I'm supposed to, I could still get a flare up. Getting upset gives me a very severe flare up. Like I said, drinking water gives me a flare up. Eating gives me a flare up. Not eating gives me a flare up. If I try to do any type of physical activity or exercise, whether that be low impact, high impact, cardio, just stretching, anything, that will trigger a very severe pain attack. So, like I said, it's just super severe, but I've kind of learned to just deal with it over the years. It's not fun, it's not easy, but you just kind of go on. But it has gotten a lot worse recently. especially last year. And it's more than just IBS, it's a whole slew of issues that really got bad last year, and my health really tanked. But for some reason, every now and then I'll have a flare up just out of nowhere, and it really will just kind of completely debilitate me and take me out. And for some reason, this one lasted like an entire month, maybe even more. And it, like I said, it's so severe that I literally could not move. So I could not record, I couldn't stream, I couldn't do anything. I literally couldn't even just sit up and watch TV. Like it was that bad. It kind of still is. Like I feel a lot better than I have, but it is still kind of creeping up in there, if that makes sense. But it finally eased up enough to where I could like record a video and everything. And I really just wanted to apologize. But that literally is the reason. Like I said, I had started a stream and I had planned to stream that next day and make it consistent. And then I immediately got sick and it stayed for that long. And the thing is, it literally didn't ease up at all. It was just a constant, severe pain. And usually with my flare-ups, they can last a couple of weeks or so. Usually they last up to a week. And if I like stay on my P's and Q's about like not eating trigger foods and not getting myself upset and everything, which is a very, very hard thing to do when you're me, when you have like so much chaos going on in your life, plus you have like severe treatment resistant depression and other mental issues. But I hadn't gotten super upset about anything. I hadn't been eating trigger foods. I haven't been doing anything super strenuous. So I'm not sure where this attack came from, or if it even is IBS. It could be something completely different for all I know. It could be a freaking ulcer. I hope not, but that's really the main reason why. And before that, it was just a very, very severe depression episode that lasted honestly since the beginning of this year. And when I say severe, I mean like literally severe. Like I was in here sobbing most of the days, and like being honest, very, very, very extremely suicidal. Like I'm pretty much always suicidal, but at that point it was just so bad that it was almost impulsive. And I don't know,
Everything
it was
okay?
like I was barely hanging on by like a thread, trying to stay here and everything. But like I said, I do feel a little bit better, at least for today. And when you have a bunch of chronic illnesses, especially pain illnesses and mental illnesses, you kind of take each day as it comes. Honestly, you take each minute and each hour as it comes. So anytime I am in a decent mood, I try to kind of capitalize on that and embrace it and everything. Um, and I have recorded a couple of gameplay videos, but they just haven't kind of, to me, they weren't really good. And I kind of hesitate to say that because I always feel that way about all of my videos, but these just really like, I felt like my energy wasn't there. I wasn't really enjoying it. And if I'm not enjoying it, at least like with most of my videos, I at least enjoy it. And I feel like that comes out in the video. And if I don't enjoy it, I feel like that will come out in the video. And I don't want to post something that like I'm not 100% into, if that makes sense. So, like I said, big apologies for that. And I am planning on doing some more gaming, but also I'm kind of not in the headspace to do gaming right now, or not gaming videos. And like I said, it's just because I can't keep my energy up because I am still in a lot of pain, plus the depression and everything. And just kind of gaming isn't where my head is right now. This is really weird about me, and that's kind of why my channel is all over the place. I'm that type of person where I cannot hyper focus. Well, I can hyper focus on one thing, but it's like that thing shifts and changes. So at one point in time, I could be very, very into gaming, and then I would kind of not lose interest completely, but kind of falter in that interest. And then I'll be very interested in like writing, or I'll be very interested in like making other videos, or just doing different little things. And that's kind of why my channel is a little all over the place. And I've always kind of been that way. I don't know if it's just a me thing, if it's like a ADD thing, because I'm pretty sure I have ADD or ADHD. I'm pretty sure it's ADD. But yeah, that's kind of just the person I am. And right now, I haven't really found a game that I feel is kind of video worthy, if that makes sense. I have still been playing games. The games I've been playing, or the game I've been playing the most, is a game called Subsistence. But it's kind of not really a game how do I put this? What it is it's like a open world sandbox survival game. So when I say sandbox, I mean completely sandbox. Like there's no story, there's no goals to achieve and things like that. Not like set in stone. You can make up your own, of course, which is what I do and which is why I like it really. But as far as like streaming it or making a video about it, it's just not something I think would people would be super interested in. Unless you have that type of personality where you can hype up something that's like mundane and like high energy and all of that, which you all know is not me. I'm very chill, kind of casual. I might still post like update videos about it because I am building a house, and that's like my favorite part of the game. I realized when I started playing Don't Starve, when I was playing that frequently, I realized that I really like survival games and also base building, or what I thought was base building. And then I moved on to Raft, and I absolutely love that. And I love the survival aspect, and I also really, really love the building aspect of it. And that's why I stayed on that game as long as I did. And it's kind of the same thing with Subsistence, where it's like I really like the survival aspect and I really like the building aspect of it. But as I said, it's a very, very slow game. Not a lot of like action sequences. Of course, there's like enemies and stuff, but like I said, it's not like you're following a story or trying to reach a certain goal or everything. It's just very freeform. Um, if you guys would be interested in seeing the updates, let me know. I would be happy to like show those because, like I said, I absolutely love the game. Other than that, honestly, it's just been so much. Like this video would go on for probably an hour, maybe even multiple hours if I were to get into everything. And I'm also one of those kind of people where it's like if I'm not in those emotions at that time, it's very kind of hard for me to like go back and look at everything and properly articulate like how I was feeling at the time and this, that, and the other. And plus, also, it's just really, really depressing, a Debbie Downer. Like the last one I recorded right before I moved to my current new place of residence. And I intentionally didn't post that one because, like I said, it was very, very dark. And honestly, I am still having those thoughts, but like I said, I'm in a good mood now at this moment, so it is what it is. I do have some video ideas that I want to get done, like some games that I want to play. I just want to play them in a better headspace so it's a little bit more entertaining for you guys and a little bit more entertaining for me as well. But yeah, that's all I got for this particular video. Like I said, just want to kind of update everybody and also apologize and also thank everybody for the new subscribers and the old subscribers and everything of that nature. So, like I said, that's all I got. So be safe and be kind to yourself and others, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, love you. Bye.